This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for October 22nd, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down 2 points or 0.49% to 402.29. Total trade volume was up to 206,308 shares changing hands at a total value of over 1 billion real or over $266,000. On the main board, two stocks were up. Leading the market was Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, up 0.33% or 20 real to 6,160 real per share, followed by Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, which rose 0.15% or 20 real to 13,520 real per share. On the other hand, six stocks were down. The biggest loser of the day was Pestec Cambodia, down 1.16% or 30 real to 2,550 real per share, followed by Cam GSM, which dropped 0.82% or 20 real to 2,430 real per share. Other stocks down were Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, Sinakville Autonomous Port, Acleda Bank, and MJQ Education. Meanwhile, Grand Twins International stayed flat. Over on the growth board, DBD Engineering was down 0.99% or 20 real to 2,000 real per share, while JS Land stayed flat at 2,700 real per share. Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority recorded the highest trade volume of the day via the negotiated trading method, with 136,730 shares changing hands at a total value of 535.7 million real or over $132,000, about 66% of the total trade volume on Wednesday. MJQ Education recorded the second highest trade volume of the day via the auction trading method, with 32,253 shares changing hands at a total value of 63 million real or $15,600, about 16% of the total trade volume on October 22nd. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD strengthened to 4,032 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was up to 99.01. Looking at global commodities, oil prices pushed higher for a second day on Wednesday, rising by about 2%, buoyed by sanctions-related supply risks and hopes of a US-China trade deal. Investors also digested news that the US is seeking oil for delivery to its strategic reserves. Brent crude futures rose $1.24 or 2% to $62.56 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures climbed $1.20 or 2.1% to $58.44. Gold prices slightly rebounded after posting their sharpest decline since 2020 in the previous session, as investors purchased on the dip amid broader economic uncertainty and expectations of US rate cuts. Spot gold was up 0.3% at $4,134.37 per ounce. US gold futures for December delivery climbed nearly 1% to $4,147.10 per ounce. Stock futures were little changed Wednesday morning after a record-setting session powered by strong corporate earnings. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average edged higher by 57 points or 0.12%, S&P 500 futures rose 0.17%, while Nasdaq 100 futures were marginally above the flat line. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for October 22nd.